Hey guys, Mix here, and in today's video we are bringing back an old bike that has not been on the channel in such a long time, because as you guys know, this thing has been taking over the channel. In last video, we are starting up some new changes with the channel. We're going to be adding some more diversity to it and bringing back some old habits, I guess you could say, of video making that will lead to way more awesome content instead of just like how it's been like super repetitive with this dang thing taking over my life. But what we're going to be bringing back is, well, you guys will see it in a second. You probably just got from the title already, but we're going to be bringing it back thanks to what's inside of this box. Now, this is something I've been needing to get for a super long time, and honestly, I don't really even know why I held off to get it for so long. It's like such a simple thing to do. But ever since I bought, ever since I bought the Kawasaki, which is what we're bringing back, well, when I bought it, the owner that before me said that it needed like a sprocket and stuff like that. I looked at him like the sprocket really looks okay, I guess. The chain's a little rusty, obviously, because if you guys don't know already, pretty much everything I ever bought has sat for like 10 plus years, and I get it all running and working pretty much perfectly fine. That's how you find the best deals. So right now I want to go walk out to it. It's been sitting for probably a year now. When I bought this bike, he said that I needed a chain, and after riding it for just a couple times that I did, the chain fell off so many times it was basically unrideable. I really haven't been able to ride this bike, but here it is. It's been such a long time since it's been sitting. I've really neglected this bike bad. As you guys can see, last time it was ridden like a year ago, chain fell off, completely snapped, and no chain on there. So I just went ahead and ordered a new front and rear sprocket with a brand new chain. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna have to take off the wheel, everything like that. But I'm gonna roll it inside of the shed. Just so not working out here. It's super windy, super cold. But I'm just gonna have to roll out the NASCAR quick, and then we can roll in the Kawasaki. Hold start. It's not going to make it over the wood, so I got to lift it. Alright, so now it is time that I remove this thing from its place of what seemed to be death, and take this out, roll it into the shed, and see what we got going on. Jeez. Oh, I'm just gonna keep it down for now. Alright, so first things first with this thing, I want to make sure that it still runs and everything. I mean, usually every time I park my bike, I usually turn off the petcock like it is right there, and I just run it out of fuel. Kind of just a habit I've always had. So the carburetor shouldn't be filled, you know, with gunk or anything like that from sitting. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn on the fuel. My best guess is that it's gonna leak, because usually the floats get stuck, so I might have to just hit that with a screwdriver. But once we try and fire this thing up, you know, maybe let it run for a little bit, then I want to go ahead and take off the sprockets. This one is actually pretty worn. Wow. Teeth on there are definitely pretty thin, so definitely a good thing that we're doing this. I guess same goes for the back one too. So far there really hasn't been any leaks, so I'm just going to go ahead, keep the choke pulled down. That was one annoying thing with this bike, that you got to hold it down here. First I'm just going to give this a couple kicks, get everything flowing again, get that oil pumped up. Here we go. Hey, I mean, it runs. That's all I need to know. I don't want to fill up the shed with a bunch of fumes or anything like that, so that's all I wanted to hear. Now we could go ahead and get started with pulling off the wheel, pulling off the sprockets, everything like that, and replacing them with the new ones in the box that we will open up right now. Alright, so this, should be the chain. Yep, there it is right in there. Oh yeah, there's the nice new sprocket and the nice new front sprocket. So nothing crazy, I'm not changing the gearing or anything at all. When I did ride this thing, I mean, it was pretty good for what it is. Fun little bike to have some fun on, you know, rip around. But let's go ahead and get off this old stuff and throw on the new stuff. these little hex head screws on these sprockets are notorious for rounding out. So definitely, for anybody who's never done this before, take tips, get the size that you need. Don't try and get something that's a little loose, even if you have to hammer it in from like the rust or anything, just to make sure that it's a nice snug fit like that. Like that's really good. You'll definitely be thanking yourself in the end. Oh yeah, chain's definitely gonna have to be cut a little bit. Alrighty guys, so I just finished up putting on the new, I guess, drivetrain, I guess you could say, to sum it all up. Everything went together really, really good. I'm really happy how it came out. The only thing I didn't show you guys was just adjusting the chain, just because it's kind of boring, but basically what you do is you just tighten these or loosen them if you have to loosen the chain in order to pull the axle back, and you want to make sure that it's nice and even so your alignment is all good. And usually you want to do that while there's, some suspension onto the bike, because as the suspension compresses, your chain does get tighter, so you do want to, plan ahead for that. But right now, what I want to do is fire this thing up, bring it outside, give it a little test drive just around the yard, keep my eye on the chain tension, see if I need to adjust that at all. But other than that, it should be pretty good. Oh yeah, one more thing. I do have to, maybe lube up this brake lever a little bit, because it is pretty seized up. The brakes are good. I know that because I just had them off. But I'm just going to try and move this around a little bit, try and free it up, lube it up. And once we do that, I'm going to take this thing out and ride it for the first time in like a year. I'm so happy. There's one more thing I got to do is just fill up this tire. If you guys remember, actually one of the last things we did to this was put a new tube in this. So it should hold air. Alright, that's all good to go. So now I'm just going to fire this thing up, let it warm up a little bit, and put her in gear for the first time in a year. And also, yes, I did check the oil level, and it is all good to go. This thing is mint. Alrighty guys, so I gotta come in here because it is getting dark out. Hard to see, but the Kawasaki is driving great, it's running great. Now obviously this wasn't a video like I usually do for reviving something, like, buying it when it's been sitting for like 10 years and going completely through everything and making sure that everything's good. Because obviously I already know that it has good oil, it has a new spark plug, and the carb should be clean. Because when I got it, I did clean everything up, as you guys remember, from like 2 years ago. But I'm definitely really, really happy that we revived that thing. I mean, it's such a fun little bike. Obviously, it's not like a super high-powered 450 or whatever, but the little 125 is really fun to putt around and just rip on. So I definitely really want to take that to the track, because my RM 125, the two-stroke, is really hard to drive around, or ride around, I should say, just because it's so tall and it's so hard to turn with it. But the four-stroke 125, the KLX that we just worked on, it's so low to the ground that you can just easily whip it around like crazy and just really beat on it, and it can handle it. But anyway guys, I'm going to be ending off the video here. Like I said in the last video, expect a ton more content to come. Obviously I was a little bit slow this time. That's just because I went on a class trip, for school. So I enjoyed myself for like 2 days that I was there. If you guys follow my Snapchat, you guys saw that I was there. But my schedule is finally free to make some videos and, just pump them out for you guys. So definitely stay tuned. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely comment down below some more videos that you guys would like to see next to the NASCAR, because the NASCAR has been taken over. But it's time, to let some stuff come back and shine in. Or if you guys want to see little side projects or like some type of dirt bike flip that we're doing one day or something like that, like something really, really quick, definitely comment that down below. But anyway, follow my social medias that will be on the outro of this video. Instagram and Snapchat I use the most. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel.